Hello, everyone. It is Steph Rising with Rising Effect, and I am back with Ask Me Anything, this time with Tom Lickliter of Anchor Wave. Say hi
Wave,
to the masses, Tom.
wave, anchor.
Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. So we have 5 questions that we're going to go over today, and I'm asking these specifically because, obviously we're coming up on a new year. People are starting to form their marketing strategies and their marketing budgets for the coming year. And I think it's incredibly important that everybody factor in online marketing and their online reputation in that game plan. So with that in mind, I'm going to look at my questions over here and start with the fact that you always have really great stats. Like, I love your stats. And I want to make sure that I'm quoting current numbers to people because things change. So can you share with us how many people now, as of 2023, are starting their purchasing process online? And how many people are relying on online reviews when they are making a purchasing decision?
So, such a great question. And there's a lot of noise out there about how much online, starting their online purchase is. But realistically, what we see is about 75% of consumers shop online and purchase online at least once a month, which is a huge number. And a massive 63% of all shopping journeys begin online. Now, whether or not the consumer ends up making their purchase online, or they actually go into your store, or they contact you, easily close to 70% of everybody goes into Google and searches when they're looking for a product or service. And, again, nobody's picking up a phone book, right? If I need a product or service, where do I get it? I go online. So those are the numbers that we see. When it comes to reviews, some of the statistics that we see on a local basis, 97% of consumers search online for business when they're looking for a business to purchase from. And 93% of those consumers are reading reviews about that local business. So it's a huge number. And then 85% of people trust an online review as much as they do a personal recommendation. So complete strangers helping us make our decisions for us. I mean, honestly, I personally, I won't buy a $40 pair of tennis shoes without reading 20 reviews about them anymore,
Yeah.
And another statistic that sticks out is 77% of consumers think that reviews that are 3 months or older are no longer relevant. I don't care what you did 3-6 months ago. What are you doing today? And are your customers still happy with you now? If I go online and I see your reviews are 6 or 8 or 12 months old, I'm thinking something's wrong. You need to get continuous, new, current, relevant reviews. It's so critical. Consumers look at 2 review sites before they make a decision about contacting a business. So reviews. So so my job is I'm a digital marketing professional. That's what I do for a living. It is literally impossible for me to explain how important your online reviews are. I don't have the capacity to explain it. It's 18% of your overall SEO. It increases website traffic by 20%. I mean, I have a bag of statistics as big as this room talking about why reviews are so important to small business.
And all the more reason why, using a widget on your website to pull those Google reviews over so that they're constantly refreshing and rotating on your site is part of your SEO process. Those are awesome stats. I was furiously scribbling those down. Thank you.
I can't explain it. It's so incredibly important. And what you need is, like what we do, we have a product that actually sends out requests either via email, text messaging, QR code, a button on your website, get them into a funnel, get them to say, yes, I want to leave a review, give them a choice of where to leave the review, send thank yous for giving you the review, publish them on your website, publish them on your Facebook page. Just a review program is critically important for a small business.
That's awesome info. And it also makes me appreciate, as a consumer, companies that I've reviewed, like I've reviewed Anchor Wave, but that review was, I think, last year. And so if I continue to do business with a company and I still enjoy doing business with them, clearly, because I'm still giving it, going back in and refreshing your review to help them have more contemporary online presence is kind of a nice, I'll call it obligation as a consumer, or a nice thank you rather.
And understand there's multiple review platforms: Facebook, Google, Better Business Bureau,
Yeah.
Yelp, industry specific like WebMD or Solar Reviews, or industry specific type of places to leave reviews, TripAdvisor. There's just so many places that are specific by industry also. And so it's just, again, I can't explain how important reviews are.
And something else, outside of always dazzling me with awesome stats, is you have drilled it into me that Google loves Google. And I repeat that in coaching sessions routinely with my clients. So one question I have is, what are like 2 or 3 things that a small business owner can do to keep that Google love alive?
Very good question. And I will tell you, Google SEO is a giant ecosystem. Okay. When we do SEO for our clients, it's a ton of work. We're adding directories, we're adding new citations, we're doing backlinkings, we're posting to your Google page, we're optimizing your website itself for Google search. There's just so many things. But the 3 big things that I would say is your Google business profile. It used to be called Google My Business. Now it's called a Google Business Profile. Your GBP, that's SEO 101 right there. That is the critical hot spot for SEO right now. Excuse me. So it used to be like name, address, and phone number. That was it. It was like a white page listing in the old phone book. Now it's a half-page color ad in the yellow pages. It's huge. And Google, again, loves Google. So the more that you can do to your Google business profile page, the more that it's going to show Google that you're an active and thriving business. So some things that are really important: photographs. On the top of that Google business profile, you can add photographs. When we do this for our clients, we add them every single week. We add a photograph, and we geotag with latitude and longitude those photographs. So it shows relevant information of where you are in Tucson and around Tucson for your Google SEO. So photographs, and if you can geotag them, do it. Second is a keyword description. Google gives you a 750 character keyword rich description about what your business is. So if it just says, I'm a plumbing company, Google doesn't care. I'm a plumbing company that does drain service and plumbing service and emergency 24-hour. And so when people search for those terms, Google sees those terms in your keyword rich description. So make sure your description has all those keywords in it, and utilize the 750 characters Google gives you. Another one that is critically important is at the bottom of that Google page, you can do posts. Similar to like when you're posting to your Facebook page or your Instagram, put an image and, again, keyword rich content on those posts. So like, we're a marketing company. We have on there online marketing, digital marketing, search engine optimization services. We're online review, reputation management. We're constantly filling it up every single week with new content that people are searching for. So again, you want to tie in, what are people searching for? Is it printed? And is it showing? Is it relevant on your Google business profile?
Okay.
And the last one, to be honest with you, is reviews. Think about it. If you go in and you search, let's say synthetic grass, I want synthetic grass company, or artificial grass. When you get those top results, look at them. You'll see in that result words that came out of the review that said they installed artificial turf in my backyard. Google sees those terms in those reviews. So So, when you give reviews or when you get reviews, if it says this is the best plumbing company in Tucson, when I search plumbing company in Tucson, Google sees that in that review. A Google review. Again, Google loves Google. So those are probably the absolute biggest things right now. The hot ticket in SEO is managing your Google business profile and constantly showing Google, look, everything Google wants to know is, who are you? What do you do? So when you're showing that in reviews and you're showing that in posts and you're showing here I am in your photographs and geotech, you're giving Google all the clues Google wants.
And what I'm hearing from you, and this is a point that I like to address, because I know small business owners get tight on time and they get tight on money. And what I'm hearing from you is, if this is something that you can do one time a week,
yes,
and it's also free, that's a very worthwhile investment, given how much traffic Google can direct to your page and your brand.
Yes, it's ironic is when I did one of my presentations, I talked about Google Business Profile and you came up, because when people search business coach in Tucson, you rank really well, and you're ranking well because you're constantly adding content to your Google page through those Google posts. So this is something that we do it for clients, but they can do it themselves. I mean,
well, and you taught me to do that. Like everything on my Google profile, I do because you taught me to do it. And I have definitely gotten more traffic and more inquiries since I started doing that. And I've even had a couple of people from out of state find me just randomly because of how I'm tagging things, and because I think my Google page is active, and I'm also pulling reviews from Google and I'm populating my website. So my website is constantly refreshed with content as well. So I do all the things you tell me to do and it works. So I'm here to testify. Tom knows what he's talking about.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And this does tie in with, my next question is, being a small business owner means constantly having to make choices about where to get the most bang for your buck. You can't get more bang for your buck than spending no money and getting a lot of bang. So work on your Google profile. I know that some strategies are industry specific, but are there any ways that most small businesses might feel confident in spending money on online marketing?
Wow. So that's a big question. And the thing is that there are so many products and services available for online marketing. I mean, I have a list, super long, of all the services and products that we provide. There's Google, there's posting, there's paid ads, there's social, there's blogs, there's content writing, there's just some email campaigns, there's so much. So one of the most important things that we do for anybody that asks is we provide what we call our marketing playbook. And literally what it is I break down your entire online footprint piece by piece by piece. And I get my team involved in all the products that we pay a ton of money for to kind of look behind the curtain at the internet and see what's happening with you. What is going on with your business when people are searching for your products and services? And with that, what we can do is give you a roadmap, a step-by-step framework that says, you're doing okay here, don't put money there. This is really needing some help. You need to put some money in that. And then here's the next level that you go to. And we do it in a very systematic way that says, start with a foundation, make sure everything is strong, then move into the next section of people that are actively searching, then go into passive advertising and top of mind awareness. It's very, very systematic, because how do I say? I joke with people all the time. If your website looks like a 16-year-old built it over the weekend, or your reviews are 2.8 stars, don't ask me to go and start doing Google ads and start driving traffic to you. Mm-hmm. People are going to look at that and go, I don't want to deal with them. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
You just need to have a roadmap. You need to have a framework to make sure you do it correctly. And that's something that we run into a lot.
Yeah, and that is one thing I wanted to ask you. Is like, what do you wish more business owners understood about like the role of online marketing in their in their sales process. And it sounds to me like they need to understand the foundation that needs to be laid first before they start investing, because I think this is where people get tripped up, and I think this is where people become reluctant to invest in online marketing, because they throw money at it without establishing their foundation. Then they get frustrated that it's not working and they don't have any traction, and then they think that the strategy is bad. The failure of the strategy is to throw money on top of something that can't support it.
No, that's absolutely right. And I hear it all the time is, oh, I tried digital before, it didn't work. Well, did you identify exactly a process, a roadmap to make sure that you were doing it correctly? Or did somebody just go, hey, which pill do you want, the red one or the blue one? What do you think will work best for you? No.
Yeah.
Lean on the 20 years experience like we have, or whoever you use, lean on their experience to make sure that you are doing it correctly, that you're not just jumping in feet first into a swimming pool that doesn't have any water in it because you built a pool. Well, right. Make sure that you do it in a correct process, because again, any type of marketing is like that. If let's say you have a building, you're a retail store, and the front of your building looks terrible, and your shingles are falling off and your sign is crooked, and you're running billboard ads and detention benches to get people to come to your address. Well, all of those efforts, they get to your address and they go, I'm not going in that store, Yeah. I mean, I'm being, strange analogy there, but you have to have it.
It's a consumer confidence question. Like, if you haven't repaired the trust and the confidence and the appearances, then any investment that you make to drive traffic to your business is going to be wasted, because people are going to make assumptions based on first impressions. So if you can't even make a good, strong first impression, it doesn't matter how much you invest in marketing on top of that impression. So I think some people get their sequencing wrong. So I'm really happy that we're having this conversation.
Well, one of the things that we talk a lot about in our business and with our clients and with the prospective clients is what we call the trust tipping point strategy. So trust tipping point strategy is simply, whenever I'm looking for a product or service, I'm kind of going on a journey. I'm becoming a detective online, because especially since COVID hit, after COVID, internet traffic skyrocketed, but with it came a very high level of skepticism. Consumers are very, very skeptical. Yes. Are you still in business? Are you taking care of your customers? Are you providing great product and service? So when I go online, I'm becoming a detective. I'm looking at your website. I'm looking at your reviews. I'm trying to gather information. I'm trying to talk to people that maybe have talked to you in the past or worked with you in the past. I'm gathering as much data as I can until I get to the top of that pyramid and I go, okay, I'm ready to take action. If anywhere along that journey I stop, you're out, and I'm going to the next one.
Yes.
So, and we've studied how people—
I shop that way. We all shop that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, that's what it's just human nature. Yeah. So, and we've identified, how the brain works and decision-making processes and things like that. And through DISC, all these things. This is critically important. So what is your online story telling about you? What does your online presence say about your business? Again, if I go to your reviews and you got low star rating, or you haven't had a review in a year or 8 months, what is that saying about you? Or if I go to your Google business profile and your address is wrong, or you're in the wrong category, you have no posts, you have no description about who your business is, what is your storytelling? And that's critically important. So then again, once we've established that, then we start looking at, okay, now let's start looking at driving traffic. Let's start getting you more opportunities. We call them at-bats. Let's get you more at-bats. Yeah, so once you've established, then you got your foundation, then you've built that trust and your credibility, trust, authority, all of those things in your space is there. Now let's start getting people to find you. Let's start getting traffic to come to you. And let's start getting that to convert into taking action, calling, filling out a form, contacting you, those kind of things. So again, I said a lot in such a short time, but it's a process. It really is. Yeah. And if you think about it in logical terms, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I like the analogy of the at-bats, because it's for a lot of businesses, it comes down to volume. How much networking are you doing? How many people are you introducing yourself to? And having a robust online presence can make that process a lot easier, because you don't have to hustle so much in person. Google is doing it for you, but you have to feed the beast in the right sequence.
So I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
Somebody that works for us was in a networking event, and some guy said, hey, I know you, I trust you, we're friends. I need an XYZ company. And he's like, oh, I know the perfect guy. I actually have his card, call him. That guy went online and looked him up. Next day, he called AJ in our office and said, why would you refer him? He has 3.8 stars. I'm not going to call that guy. Personal recommendation, gone.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I am going to go online and do my research. If I get a referral, if I see any information, I see some kind of advertising out there somewhere, I hear a radio commercial, what am I going to do? I'm going to go online.
And people are looking for the aggregate experience. It's like one referral versus 50 people who have had something to say about their experience. And this is going to outweigh the one.
Yeah.
And I know I need to let you go. I have one other, I think you might have already covered it, but just in case you have something else, is there a common mistake or assumption that you see small business owners make about online marketing? I mean, we've talked about the importance of sequencing and your foundation. Is there anything else that people really need to be more aware of?
So the two biggest things that I see often is, I tried it, online marketing, it didn't work. Well, who did you work with? Some guy in a closet who does 57 different things, and he's, if
and he's
he
a
tries
hobbyist
to do everything, but he's not good at anything, or did you have a team of professionals that are experts in each individual portion, and you had a strategist that said, we're going to identify, and here's the pieces that you need, not that, but you need this. Did you have that? Or did you just go, here's some money, let's see what happens?
Yeah.
The second thing is, I tried it for 2 or 3 months, it didn't work. Well, yeah, this is marketing, no matter what. And marketing takes time. And the longer that you're at it, the better it gets. And the more you can tweak and adjust and make changes to make it work better. And I'm not saying just pour money at it. I'm saying do it systematically and give it the time that it needs.
Yeah, a minimum of 6 months. I tell everyone, if anything that you're trying in terms of a sales and marketing tactic, it's a minimum of 6 months to see if you're gaining any traction, and you have to monitor and tweak it.
And that's the nice thing about digital. It's very measurable. How many times did somebody drive by a billboard and then call you? You have no idea, or an attention bench, or hear a radio commercial. But digital, very, very measurable. You can really identify it. And, I had somebody just recently, they said, I want to do a social media campaign, and I want to tell my story, and I want to talk about how insurance companies are killing the auto body industry and so forth and so on. And I'm like, okay, great. He goes, I want to do it for like 2 or 3 months. I'm like, don't even spend your money. I won't take your money. It will not produce the results and get the message out that you really want to do in 2 or 3 months. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to take your money for 2 or 3 months because you're not going to be happy. So anyway.
So just setting the proper expectations for what it's going to take to embark on your online marketing journey.
Yeah. And are you creating are you creating a purchase campaign, a consideration campaign, or an awareness campaign? So look very carefully at what's so important. Are people searching for your product specifically, or are they searching for consideration of what your product might do, or do they just need awareness of what you do? Again, it's very precise.
Yeah. Those are important distinctions. Actually, I hadn't thought of it that way.
we work really hard on what type of campaign are we running here. Are
Yeah.
you making awareness campaign of what your product does? Are you consideration against other product services? Or are they looking for, I need this? That's a purchase. So again, it's very important how you look at it.
Yeah, very. Well, as always, I appreciate all of your information and your expertise. I am so happy you are in my sandbox and you're a resource for me and my clients. I know you're very busy. I'm going to let you go. But thanks for taking the time to answer my questions today. I really appreciate you, Tom.
Well, thank you, Steph. I feel exactly the same. I'm so glad that we're friends and you're in my sandbox. And I love your book, by the way. It's fabulous. Everybody needs to read your book. They really do. It's just fabulous. It made an impact on, it's sitting right here, as a matter of fact, right next to my desk. So yeah, all dog-eared and tagged and highlighted.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
Read
awesome.
the book. It's awesome. So, and if anybody wants a free playbook, contact me. I will be more than happy to do it for you. And then a quick plug, end of year special at Anchorwave, 50% off our websites. And if you pay for 6 months of digital marketing, you get 3 additional months at no charge. So huge pricing that we're doing right now.
Good deal. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's very limited. I only have X amount that I can do that. And it's only for like 4 weeks, 5 more weeks. I mean, it's towards the end of the year.
Okay. So kind of first come, first serve on the deal.
Yeah. I've already had like 3 people jump on it. So yeah, it's important.
That's fantastic.
Sorry, quick plug. No.
I'm glad that you did, because, you know, anyone who's watching this, who's been kind of on the fence about how to approach their online marketing next year, that gives them a very good reason to take some action. So thank you again, Tom, for being such a great resource and for your time today.
Of course. Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
All righty.
Bye. Bye.